Oh, she looking good.
Hello and welcome back. So I got a good one. Here. I got this 2022 Dodge Warlock. It's coming for a seats out detail. Oof. It's looking a little bit beat up, but there's a particular reason why this one here is in for a seats out detail. So the owner said that a possum crawled into the HVAC system and died. And then that possum sat there for 3 months or something. That's a pretty horrible situation. The outside of this truck's pretty clean, but I'm still gonna wash it anyway. Just do a quick wash for the video and so that this thing is looking absolutely pristine when it leaves here, because that's what I'm all about, flawless. So when the owner was here, I couldn't smell anything because all I could smell was their air fresheners. But this thing, it does stink like an animal has passed inside of this vehicle. And they honestly seem pretty upset because, you know, they probably just bought this truck and it's a lot of money and they want to enjoy the truck, but they can't because an animal decided to pass away and rot inside of this vehicle. Yep, it stinks. So this one's getting a seats out detail. A lot of my detailing friends in the industry, they tell me I shouldn't do seats out details. And I'm like, guys, I love doing seats out details. If I could, they are all gonna be seats out details. Because the price is good. You can easily ask $1,000 and up for a seats out detail, and there's basically no argument or pushback. The owner knows that a lot of work is going to be done and they want a certain result. So yeah. Seats out on this one. We're gonna check it out and see what it is. And most of my detailing friends, they say, oh, there's too much liability pulling the seats out, and these bolts here are one use only, they're torque to yield. And sometimes that's probably true. I did my research on this particular truck and these are not torque to yield, so we don't need to buy new bolts. And I'll just be honest with you, as someone who pulls a lot of seats out of vehicles, unless it's a truck, these bolts here are incredibly loose. Like 90% of the time, some of them are just finger tight. But on trucks, they're usually very hard to get out because sometimes they penetrate the cab of the vehicle and they rust on the outside, and then that's the Loctite. Out of all the seats that I've pulled, the hundreds of seats that I've pulled, I've only broken one bolt. And it was on a brand new truck too. Rusty thing. So let's get this detail done. Definitely gonna get them straightened out and looking fly. Get this truck straight up cleaned here. Here's what the engine looks like before too. It's pretty clean actually. It's pretty clean. So I'll just give it a quick spray and touch it up. It definitely looks like they just bought this vehicle and issues happened. It's like a dealership just cleaned this engine not too long ago. So yeah, I've definitely been spending a few minutes around this vehicle now, and now that I'm used to whatever scent the owner is using on this vehicle to cover up the pungent odor, I can really smell the rotting animal smell right away, instantly now. I couldn't smell it at first at all, but now that I've been working with this vehicle for just a minute, getting it ready, I can instantly smell, you know, rotting animal inside of this thing. So it's gonna be wild. Normally, you know, I'm not too excited about stuff like that, but this one, the truck's fairly clean, and I think Dodge and the insurance company just put $12,000 into this truck installing a new HVAC system, so that's not too bad. At least I don't have to deal with me taking apart the HVAC system and cleaning that out. I've definitely pulled a dash on a truck before and cleaned behind the dash and checked for pack rats in the HVAC system when there wasn't even one. Yeah, this thing smells bad. It stinks. Okay, let's get the video started. I'm definitely going above and beyond on this one by detailing the engine bay, but it's pretty clean, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I also want the pictures too for my online portfolio, and I think it helps out a lot because I have so many before and after pictures now. So I'm just going to be doing a quick washout. Ooh, what's going on here? Oh, this looks crazy dangerous here. I've never seen anything like that. This fuse box is just wide open. Okay, this thing here looks like trouble. It's probably 100% fine to just blast water in there, but I'm not going to take any chances because I've never seen anything like that. The fuse box there is supposed to be sealed. This is wide open by design from factory. Quality. red flags. Maybe I shouldn't even do this engine. Not too dirty. Oh yeah, it stinks in this thing. I can smell it. Every time I stick my head in here, it hits me hard. Let's try and pull this floor mat out here without, dumping too much. I get these crazy details sometimes where there's a really bad smoke odor or just some kind of smell or mold, and the customers, I feel like they're really counting on me to make it perfect. And every single time I feel like my whole reputation's on the line based on whether I can get a smell out of whatever vehicle I'm working on. So that's one of them today. I feel that this owner, they really need me to get the smell out of this vehicle. And I can imagine, you know, spending so much money on a new or new to you vehicle. There's a lot of emotions involved when it's not perfect, because you're spending the kind of money where it should be perfect. I've had that happen to me when I was a kid, getting my first vehicles. So my worst experience buying a vehicle as a young driver, I don't know how old, 16, 17, clapped out WRX. Bought it from a used dealership and the motor was absolutely blown on the thing, and ever since then I think I learned my lesson, and I haven't had a bad experience buying a vehicle since, because that was so traumatic. But anyway, I'm not sure what the story is behind this vehicle here. Maybe the owner bought it. They bought it and then they let it sit for a few months and a possum crawled up in there. I'm not sure, but I feel like the owner, they're counting on me to get this one done, because they're saying it's a medical issue now with this truck here. The smell is giving them headache, probably physically and mentally. The stress of spending all the money and then their brand new expensive vehicle that they're going to be paying for many years smells terrible. But I'll get it straightened up for them. All right, let's get it ripping. In my last video, I had people asking, I had one person say, one person say, hey, what are you using? Talk about your products. So in the foam cannon here, I have 3D Super Citrus all-purpose cleaner. And I literally use this all-purpose cleaner on everything. And it's been great. Super economical. It's cheap and it doesn't wreck stuff, and it cleans things well. And it has a good smell to it because it uses citrus. Off of there. This is the pressure washer I use. I don't really know the specs on it. I know it's electric. It's 240 volt, 3.6 gallon per minute. I don't know the PSI. I don't really think it matters, the PSI. But this thing throws a lot of water. That's for sure. Big, powerful pressure washer. This thing's heavy too. This is like 220 pounds. Solid steel. 5 horsepower, 240 volt motor, and a nice pump there. And this is the pressure washer tip I use. It's called a rotary tip or turbo nozzle. It's really good for engine bays, rims, and wheel wells. And I really like this rotary tip because it doesn't kick back in your face. It does, but not as much as those 15-degree fan, flat angle, wide angle tips do. This rotary tip doesn't kick back much. Always try and start it pointing down too. This rotary tip here, it's really good for door jams too, since it doesn't kick back at you. Those wide angles are 45s, 15s, 25s. Those will kick back in the door jams like crazy. This area too has a lot of kickback too. Pretty sure everybody knows that. I did not get any kickback on the gas cap. All right, now I'll definitely use the white tip, 45 degree. This is my favorite. Just to rinse this thing off, get all the dirt off of it, and not use the rotary on the paint. I do a lot, but maybe I'm thinking now I don't want to use the rotary on the paint. I don't think the rotary just doesn't do as good of a job on the paint, even though it's super aggressive. Okay, so I'm washing the rims here as usual with acid. Should be wearing 2 layers of eye protection and a respirator, but I just can't because of the video. Do my best not to breathe in any of this chem. There's a fairly strong breeze, so I just gotta stay upwind of it and I'm Gucci. Hold your breath. This one will be easy. I'm totally upwind here. I like getting that acid all over, all up on the tire. All done. Never let your acid sit on the rims for too long. I'm gonna say 60 seconds. We're gonna neutralize it with alkaline and then we're gonna rinse it off. Neutralize it with acid and then rinse it off. I should have sprayed that acid all up in there. It would have been way better. I couldn't really do it though because I'm not wearing my respirator. You cannot breathe that stuff in. All right, let's wash this thing down. I'm definitely going to be using way too much soap on purpose here for fun. Oh yeah. These tires here had some really gross tire dressing on them, so I'm gonna scrub them a little extra. Oh, definitely forgot to do up in here. Oh my lord. Whoops. Oh, I know I haven't said anything in a while. I get really excited when I make these videos, talk about a bunch of stuff, and I start detailing and realizing the detailing work is so loud, such as that pressure washer. I think it's funny too, the customer asked for me to get rid of the possum smell in their vehicle. Now I'm polishing the outside. Classic detailer. All right, let's actually start the detail.
and it takes me 4 hours to wash the outside. Open up this hood, make sure I don't have anything stuffed in any of the air intakes. Open up the hood too so that it dries out, all the water runs off, and I will drive it in there classic with the hood up, as I love to. Be driving in here hood up. It's actually a lot easier to drive around with the hood up than it looks probably visually from the outside. There's an absolute S-ton of visibility with the hood up here. Okay, let's try and get this thing in the absolute perfect spot. And I will say, these Dodge Ram vehicles, they're the absolute worst to detail, nightmare. You don't want to put any water in this space here or in this space, because even just a single drop of cleaning chemical drops down from this air vent onto this shifter here. It's $1,000 repair, and I broke 3 of these this year. And I'm not saying I was able to fix all 3 of them, but I broke 3 this year, and it took me a while to figure out what was going on. Don't put any, when you're detailing a Dodge truck, don't put any water in this area. I would just tape this whole area up here and you'll be good to go. 1 drop of liquid falls down from this air vent onto this shifter, you're done. The shifter is blown, $1,000. You can take it apart and dry it out and it'll be good to go. But if you don't know how to disassemble this whole center console and then take apart this shifter piece by piece, you're out of $1,000 from Dodge to repair this. But you can take this whole thing apart, disassemble this piece by piece, and dry it out right down to the circuit board. However, the design of this thing is here, 1 drop of water will fall directly from this air vent onto the main components of the circuit board behind this thing, and it will short out. It basically takes almost no liquid to mess this shifter up from cleaning the air vent. So that's something I learned. Okay, now looking at the inside of this vehicle, oh my lord. It's absolutely full of items. I'm not really too pleased about that. And I mean, this person knew that they had a crazy detail coming, and there's just too much stuff here for me to deal with. So it's going in one or a couple garbage bags. Tremendous amount of stuff in here. Okay. Okay, let's see what we got here. There's so much stuff in here. The owner basically gave me a free range just to grab everything and toss everything into one bag. They felt bad that they couldn't deal with all of their stuff and said that they were busy, you know, with their life and all these sorts of things. So they just said throw everything in one big bag and then throw it all in the back. I did mention that personal items have to be removed before the detail or the price is going to increase. So holy, whatever this is nice. That's a heavy paperweight. Brass. Feels good. Let's see what we got here. There's lots of electronics in this truck. Okay. And there's a large amount of stuff on the thing here. This is going to be complicated to remove. Ouch, my neck. Okay. What do we have in here? Safety tools. Oh, that looks dangerous. Okay, kind of protect their sunglasses here a little bit, even though they're probably scratched to the max. It's been a long time since I did a detail that had lots of items in it, such as this. A lot of the times people just know without having to remind them. They got a lot of these air fresheners in here. These air fresheners just ain't cutting it. Need something a little bit more powerful. Okay, let's see. Oh, the smell seems to be a little bit stronger in the back here. So, yeah, dealing with this, some kind of rotten animal smell in here, and it's not gonna be an easy one to deal with, since that rotten animal smell is so pungent. And the owner told me that basically that smell had been baked into the vehicle for 3 months. I think the vehicle sat idle for 3 months, and rotten animal possum smell was cooked into this vehicle for 3 months. So it sounds like it's gonna be a doozy, but I think I'll get it. Just a deep, thorough cleaning. And I believe so I'm just gonna give you guys some real detailing talk here right now. This owner specifically requested the vehicle be treated with ozone because that's what the insurance company wants, and the insurance company might be paying for this or has already paid them out X amount of money. But just some real talk here, man to man. I know for a fact that ozone generator does absolutely nothing, and any detail shop that's been around for a long time knows this. One of my close detailing buddies, he's been detailing for 15 years, and he says that stuff doesn't do anything. And I warned the owner that, holy, this thing is tons of items. I haven't seen this many items in a vehicle in 4 months. It reminds me I gotta be careful. Tell people, hey, clean your vehicles out, please. It's rare. Okay, there's this person, obviously. I think they work out of their truck, so it's excusable. This thing, holy, there are a lot of these smelly packs. 30? They've got 30 of these car fresheners all in the vehicle, and the smell is still permeating, so I got quite a bit of a challenge here. Yeah, when you first walk up to this vehicle and smell it, it smells great, but after you start working on this thing for a while, you realize the scent. I don't like all these wires that's going on here. That's a headache. Just for their dash cam, they gotta get a better system than that. There's better dash cams. It's too many wires. Okay. Okay, gotta unplug this thing. This is turning into a very complicated detail now because of how many items are in the vehicle. Oh, this is too much. And not to mention how many items, but also I want to get this. Oh, they got some. Whoever installed. Okay, that's gonna be a pain. The dash cam system they have in here is just too much. Might have to remove the center console to get it out. I'm not gonna be removing the center console, I think just the seats. I don't want to remove the center console on this truck. Okay, I think I got everything. And as the owner said, throw everything into a bag and then throw it in the back of the truck. This is a lot though, honestly. It's taking me, half an hour alone just to pull their personal items out of this vehicle. Is a bit much. Oh, and now we can see The vehicle is dirty. There's a lot of spilled pop and stuff in here. This is a mess. It's been a while since I've seen a door pocket full to the rim with items. Anyway, I'm feeling pretty confident about getting the smell out. It's gonna be a deep cleaning. All the seats are gonna have to get cleaned to the max, the floor, the headliner, and then I'm gonna run the ozone through this truck because that's what the owner wants. I told him, hey, it doesn't really matter. Ozone, you heard this from me, guys, I'm telling you. Ozone doesn't do anything. Okay, I'm just gonna leave that. Those are heavy metal tools. I'm just gonna tell you guys this right now. Ozone doesn't do anything to actually remove the scent out of a vehicle. Deep cleaning and some proper masking scents strategically placed in the vehicle are way better than ozone. I've ozoned a vehicle. I've had a few smoke odor vehicles this year, and I was selling ozone packages, and it bit me in the butt because it never worked, basically, for smoke odor. Even, I had one smoke odor, I pulled the seats on the vehicle twice. It was so bad. Ozoned it for 20 hours, and nothing happened. Absolutely no. Okay, yeah, use ozone on the vehicle for 20 hours, had absolutely no effect. No positive effect. 20 hours of straight just ozone pumping through the vehicle. Did absolutely nothing. Complete gimmick, I'm gonna say, ozone. Because the odors they get, especially smoke odor, they get trapped inside the porous surfaces of the plastic. And the only thing you can do is a deep, thorough cleaning and then put a masking agent over top, strategically. And I've got a masking agent that's incredible. It's not an enzyme, it's just an essential oil. It's very expensive, and yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. Let's see how this Dodge seat comes out of here. Bolt there, bolt there. I'm gonna have to look up how to get these things out of here. There's a hat there. A poppy. Oh, I better take this out of here. Let's see, unlock. And then dash cam. Poppy. Is there anything up here? Nope. I'm not really a fan of this canopy here. Need some new pistons. Beauty. She's almost ready to go. Almost ready to pull the seats out of this thing. My camera batteries won't charge, so that's not really cool. Let's figure out what this thing needs here. Get the seats out. Already looked at it. It's probably a 15. See what the 15 says. Okay, let's see what we got. 15, perfect. So the first thing you want to do when you move the seats out is you want to get all these bolts out. And then once all the bolts are out, we can slide this thing into the proper position, pull the battery, disconnect the connections. Let's get these bolts out. I think these bolts are gonna come out super easy too. See what we can do here. So we don't snap a bolt here. Let's break these. This thing, oh, that's loose. That is loose. Absolutely no effort. I've done seats where I was reefing on, had this breaker bar here, putting all my weight onto it. Wasn't doing nothing. Broke a bolt with this breaker bar here before. Oh, look at that tiny little bolt there. Torque to yield, yeah, right. Oh, it stinks under this seat. Really important to get the bolts out before you unplug the battery. And it's really important to unplug the battery so when you disconnect the connections, you don't set the airbag off.
I don't think it's common, but it can happen. I've definitely pulled disconnected seats without removing the airbag switch. Or are these bigger? These are a different size here. 17, got 18 here. I think we got a 17 here. Let's see what size we're looking at. I'm gonna say 18. Oh, that 18 felt good. Sounds bad. Okay, let's see what we got here. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Okay, this one here, these ones are real seat belts now. I feel like they're rusting a little bit. Maybe I should crawl under the truck, give it a squirt. Okay. So, to prevent from breaking a bolt, since this is a truck, and trucks are usually designed like this, their bolts are right here on the truck. Probably can't see that because I can barely see it, but yeah, my headgear. That's the seat bolt right there. It's all rusted. Just get some grease on it or lube. There's the other one. We'll see if I break it. The only time I've ever broken a bolt out of a vehicle is a Dodge, so. And we got a Dodge right now, so best wishes. Okay, let's see. Put a little squirt from the top side too. Wow. Okay. And I'll go do the other side too, since I know it's like that. Oh, the rear seats are probably gonna be somewhat similar. I'm all wet now. I just switched to clean. Oh, I can't see anything. There it is. And the other one's way over there too. It's wet under here. My headgear fell off. Need a lift. Need a lift. Oh. Now this one, you can't get to it because I can't get to this one because there's some kind of heat shield in the exhaust pipe here, so that one's gonna be a stubborn bolt. Pain in the butt Dodge truck here. I literally just changed into clean clothes. Okay, let's go for it. Put a little faith into these Dodge bolts, hope they don't break. And I'll have a look at these ones here. Are those gonna be the same deal? Oh, the gas tank's in the way. I can't see anything. Oh, best luck. Let's see what we can do. They feel pretty easy, actually. I've had some that were just incredibly rusted in, and they came out. That's not too bad. Might be able to hammer them out with this thing now. Oh yeah, would you look at that? She slipped right out. So what's up with this one here? I'll come back and do that one later. Oh, this thing's dirty. The owner said it wasn't that bad. Everybody always says it's not that bad, and it's really driving me nuts. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's a bad dream is what it is when they say it's not that bad. Okay. I think these bolts were in here so loose I don't need to use the breaker bar. Easy. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect the battery now so that we don't have so that I don't have an issue when I remove the seats. Disconnect the seats. Pull the battery out, and the one thing when you disconnect the batteries, you want to get any of the powered seats like this. You want them to be sitting in a nice position according to this bar here. If you have it too extended to one side, too extended to the front or the back, it's gonna be an issue probably.
It's definitely happened to me. I wonder what size this one is here. I hope it's a 10. Oh, I almost lost that. I'm gonna disconnect the positive and the negative one. They're sure not making vehicles like they used to anymore. Some of the brand new vehicles, there's barely even room to, the wiring harness here is so short, there's barely even room to disconnect them from the battery. You almost have to be a mechanic just to change the battery now. Touch the negative to the positive to try and get rid of any of the charge. So any leftover charge will dispense. Just give it 15 minutes or so, 15-20 minutes before you disconnect these seats so that you don't set off the airbag by accident. Okay, let's see what we got here. Lefty loosey. How hard are these ones gonna be here? I didn't get to spray these, I think. This truck's not too bad. These seat bolts are gonna come out fairly easy. They're not the hardest, nowhere near. Not too bad. This should have been out of here. Let's see what we got now for the bolts here. I don't like this thing. Oh, this is gonna be trouble, I think. Oh, okay. All right, let's see what we got here. How difficult this is. Oh, that's not nice. That one's difficult. Need a big ratchet. Ratcheting breaker bar. Okay, that doesn't feel too bad, actually. Came loose now. Oh yeah, this one's loose too. These bolts aren't too rusted in. Okay, it's not gonna work. Need the ankle bit. Give me the ankle. Maybe I might need to get a smaller socket here too. Shallow socket. There's some big bolts in the back of there I'm not looking forward to. Wonder how I'm gonna get to those ones. $18. Wish I had a bigger ratchet. Let's see what this breaker bar says. I don't like how hard that is to reach. That's insane. Oh no. Dodge. That is going to be insanely hard to deal with based on how much force it needed from the breaker bar. I need a big ratchet this size. Okay, it's not bad. It's manageable. Okay. Maybe I can get it with this thing now. Can't see anything. I don't know what that's about there. I can't see anything. Little tiny bolts there, some Torx bits. There's a big bolt in here, just Torx bits. There's one big bolt here. That looks like a really bad spot. These seats here, this is definitely some of the hardest. Okay, that comes out nice. This is definitely some of the hardest rear seats to remove. I don't like the design, especially with get that one out. There's $1 in there. Let's go over to this side, see what we can do. The breaker bar out here. I'm just gonna break all of them since I know where they all are now. I don't really like this. Oh, that's tight. That felt tight. That might be too tight for my little wrench there. See how this one feels. Okay, that's not bad. Not bad. Big boss was texting. Okay, look. Ooh, this thing's nasty. There's rat poo in here. Come on. Ugh, gross. This one's one of these. It's got the rat poop in there. Let's get the ankle on here. The shoulder. Ugh. Okay, what's next? There's one bolt there, one bolt here. Hopefully they come out easy. The breaker bar. I think after that, this is it. Just pull the seats out. That one there is probably hard to see. Okay, there. Oh, nice and loose, nice and loose. See this one here? I can't see a darn thing. I'm just kind of feeling it out. Okay, I don't really like the way that one there feels. I'll work it a bit with this one and then put my wrench in there. Oh, I can barely move that. Imagine that. That's my worst nightmare with the seats out detail. You get every single bolt out and then there's just one bolt that's just will not come out. Okay. I think that one's loosened up enough now. I can get it out with this tool here. Oh yeah. Lucky. We all good now. All right, get these tools out of here. I think every bolt is out of this seat now. Oh yeah. Let's unplug this subwoofer and get it out of here. That's kind of cool, a little sub box actually. I think I got all the bolts there. Pretty hard to lose one of these, they're so big. It's out of here, I got all the bolts out. I just got to disconnect the wires. Oh my, this thing is so dirty. This owner told me that this vehicle is clean. Yeah, I wish I had you on GoPro. I don't have any, my GoPro battery's dead right now. But that being said, my apologies if the iPhone video isn't a good angle or anything, but let's see what's up with this one. I love pulling the seats out. Ain't nothing like a seats out detail. Oh no. Okay, just pull it out. These ones here are not, they're a little bit better, I think. Oh yeah. I think that's it. Oh, there's something weird going on here. I don't know what this thing is. Oh, they got LED, that's what that is. They got some kind of supplemental lighting is going on in this truck. I thought it was something else. It was like a GPS thing for the dash cam. This is a pain right here, for sure. Let's see if we can get this thing out of here. Oh yeah, come on out. You're out of there. Nice. Hopefully this one comes out easy, but I expect it to be a pain. Okay, nice and easy. This one's tricky already. I can't even move. Come hang out with me. Probably won't be able to see anything, but I'll try. I'm not sure how to get this one out of here. I can't see it. Maybe it just comes out. Oh, here we go. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna get stabbed. There we go. Some kind of light device here. Person put in. Irish Spring. Ooh, nice. It's been a long time since I smelled that. Okay, let's try and get this thing out of here. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's gonna be tricky. Ah, perfect. Did not ding the vehicle. Okay, the last one here. Let's see how this one comes out. Kind of the biggest seat here. Okay. Uh-oh, there's a seat belt I can see already. Might give me trouble. At least there's a bit easier access now that I got one seat out. Please. Please come out. Please. Oh, come on. yeah. Seats out details, no joke, no joke. Okay. Lift up on the one side, lift up on the other side, because this thing is sitting in here in a hook, sort of some type of hook system. There we go. 2 hands, 4 hands would be better than 2. Oh, perfect. All right, let's get this thing cleaned up. Woo! All right, here we go. We got all the seats out. It's about to go down now. The seats are out, and I've prepped for the detail. I've got all these clips here bagged up so that I don't blow any dirt or too much water into any of those during the shampoo. Back seats are out. And also something that I notice is there's a lot of rat poo in here. So something's going on for sure, for sure. Not really ideal. All the rat poo was in this area here. Not a lot, but you know, there was some. So it's still pretty gross. There's an idea of how dirty this truck is. The owner said it was clean too. Look how much more stuff you can see when you pull the seats out. We're getting this thing clean. The headliner is also noticeably dirty. Oh, the gimbal doesn't want to let me look up there. Oh well, whatever. The headliner's pretty dirty. I kind of want to pull the center console, but at the same time, I ain't really feeling it. I ain't really feeling it. I got a feeling like it wouldn't be too bad. But at the same time, might be a little bit too much. This one's already maxed out for the budget here, I think. I don't think there's budget to pull the center console out. Oh yeah, this thing's gonna look good when I'm done. Smell good too. And let's see in here. This truck is pretty filthy overall. It's not too bad, but there are some spots where, oof. You know, there's like dried corn syrup and someone's been eating and making a mess. The side panels are kind of beat up, especially the driver's one. All right, this one's gonna be fun. Okay, so I'm about to hit it. I got all my tools here. Little brush, 12-inch blowout tool, vacuum hose. This is called the Tornador Max with Velocity. It's gonna be really good at getting up sand, pet hair, those types of things that are deep within the carpet because it vibrates, shakes everything up to the surface, really helps out. 3D Super Citrus all-purpose cleaner and some junky brushes here. Definitely don't recommend DeWalt. I thought it was a good brand, but it's definitely not. I'm gonna be moving forward. Battery packs die all the time, and the plastic on these brakes, they're taped up. Looks so ghetto. These aren't even that old. They're only 4 months old. And I won't be able to talk because I'm gonna be wearing my heavy face mask. This detail's just about done. I'm getting excited. The seats are all staged here, drying. They're dry now, actually. They're bone dry. It's been a minute since I cleaned them. Now I'm just gonna steam the inside. The plastic, sounds kind of bad saying that. Put steam on the plastics. It's looking good in here. Crazy clean in here, actually crazy clean. And it's still about to get a whole lot cleaner too, once I deal with the plastics. Might be hard to tell on camera, but this looks crisp. This looks like some brand spanking new carpet. It was really dirty in here before too, really dirty. Something I gotta say about any Dodge vehicle that has the shifter there, can't get any water in there whatsoever. Not a drop. Ask me how I know. So three Dodge vehicles this year, I I wrecked the shifter by getting water in them. And that sounds a lot worse than it is. It's not actually that bad. So the first one, there was a little bit of a hiccup for a split second and then it went away. And there was no issue with that after. And then a few months went by and then literally back to back appointments, I broke 2 of these shifters. And it comes from putting water, just a drop of water in the air vent, and then it drips onto the backside of that electronic shifter, and water drips onto the circuit board. It's if you take this apart, I've taken it apart. So I took it apart and fixed it. If you had to get Dodge to fix this, it'd be $1,000. That shifter there, from getting water in it. Yeah, I know I'm capable of taking this infotainment center out, pulling the shifter, dismantling the shifter and drying out the circuit board, cleaning it up and all of that. No problem. So I broke 2 and then I fixed them myself, and yeah, that's big trouble. So what happens is when you go to clean these air vents with your all-purpose cleaner, if you use just a little bit too much water, it only takes 1 drop to go down. The back side of this is shaped perfectly so that the water drips precisely onto the circuit board of this electronic shifter. So it literally only takes 1 drop, because I broke these back-to-back appointments. I broke one and then I literally worked on a vehicle right after, and I kept this area as dry as I possibly could, and I broke it again. So at first I just taped off the shifter because I thought it was from me putting water in the shifter, but it's actually caused from water in this vent here dripping down onto the shifter. Dodge vehicle, immediately any Dodge truck with the shifter here, I would tape it up like that and do the detail like that. This part here is so delicate, it literally only takes 1 drop of water to wreck this part, and I've never had any problem. It's the first time I've ever had any electrical problem with any vehicle. It's any Dodge truck with the electric shifter here. All right, so that's that. Just had to say that. Hugely important information for any detailer. Other than that, everything looks great. Crazy shampoo on here. It's the following morning, so this truck is completely dry. So far it smells really good in here. I can't tell any dead smell, but we're not done yet. We still got to clean the plastics, and then I got to do a treatment on the HVAC system so that when this truck gets turned on, there isn't some kind of funky smell getting blown around in here. But yeah, it's looking good. So right now I'll steam all the plastics, and then I'll steam the seat belts, and we should be good. Hopefully I can get it done pretty quick. All right, let's get these seats back in. I think it's gonna be trouble. Easy trouble. Oh, she's looking good in here. The rear seat on pickup trucks is my least. It's my least favorite seat. Oh, especially these Dodge trucks, like, come on. Okay. This is... Okay, this thing, get up in there. Oh yeah, that's right. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, beauty, she tight. That ain't going nowhere. That ain't going nowhere, buddy. There we go, there it is. Stick that up in there, yep. Oh, this seat smells really good, wow. The essential oils on this thing smell so good. Oh yeah, there it is. Let's see, tighten her up. Oh yeah. Get it in there. Ah, that ain't going nowhere. What the? Woo! One more. Just a tap. That ain't going nowhere. To all the haters out there, that ain't going nowhere. Oh, that's tight. That ain't going nowhere. That ain't going nowhere. Okay, driver's seat. Oh, this seat smells good. Oh yeah, get it in there. Oh, buddy. It's oh, I should have took those. Let's get these sorted. You do the clips before you plug it in. Bolts. Okay, where did this thing come in? 1, 2. This goes together here. We got the 15 mil here, the 15 mil here. I think the other one's at 18. It's looking good in here. Now what's the next one? The 15 mil. You gotta make sure this thing ain't going nowhere. That ain't going nowhere. Ah, that ain't going nowhere. That's tight. Tight. 100 foot-pound. Oh yeah. Oh, she looking good. The seats here are shampooed, steamed, and dry, ready to be put back in the truck. The truck's all ready to go. It's perfect in here, basically. Everything's been shampooed and steamed. And also the plastic dressing is in. Just need to get the seats back in. Then I'm gonna do some essential oil, but I am gonna put some ozone in here because this customer wanted ozone specifically. I told them it literally doesn't matter. Yeah, that whole ozone thing, it doesn't matter. I did the thing that is gonna remove the smell. Whatever I did, the deep cleaning, that's the thing that gets rid of the smell, not the ozone. I've detailed vehicles that had really bad smells that lingered and lingered. And I used ozone for 20 hours straight on this one vehicle. Long term, it basically did nothing. The smell ended up coming back just as bad anyway, so it didn't matter. Ever since then, I've been completely against ozone. I like the smell of ozone, and I wish it worked. That'd be awesome. And ozone has a really strong chemical intense smell. I don't think most people would like it, but I personally like it. But that being said, you can't breathe it in when it's fresh. It'll choke you out so bad. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Look at how clean that is. Shiny. Shining. The fresh oil on it. Okay, let's have a look. All the seats are back in. Seats are snug down. All the bolts are done up properly. Every single bolt I put in here, I said that ain't going nowhere. For all those haters out there telling me I shouldn't pull seats out because the bolts are gonna come out, you don't know nothing. You never pulled the seat out. Especially because on newer vehicles, the seats, the bolts that hold them in, they're only 5 foot-pounds or something like that. The newer the vehicle, the looser the seat bolts are if you pull a lot of seats. She's looking good. So I am gonna do the ozone. I said I wasn't gonna do it because I normally would never ever do it, but the owner specifically requested it because I think this is an insurance claim and the insurance company wanted ozone treatment. But I know for doing this for a long time and working on many stinky vehicles using ozone like crazy, using ozone for 20 hours on a vehicle and having that, basically do nothing. Ozone doesn't do nothing. I think maybe the ozone, it does work, but it only, oh, I thought there was a piece of dirt there. Had me freaking right out. The ozone only works on the surface, and these odors are deep inside of all the areas of the vehicle, especially the porous plastic. Odors get trapped in the porous plastic surfaces and they never come out. And basically that's why odors are permanent, and any detailer or car cleaning company that says they can remove an odor and that they use ozone, they're absolutely lying. Run away from them. Odors in vehicles are permanent because of the porous plastic surfaces. The best thing you can do for odors is a deep cleaning, like I just did. Remove the seats, cleaned it to the absolute max. Use hot water, use steam. Oh, there's a couple blemishes in here I might have to fix up. This vehicle, it's not 100% done yet. I'm gonna run the ozone and then I'm gonna address the floor mats properly. I just don't wanna do that. I don't wanna address the floor mats before using the ozone because, there's something there. Anyway, so permanently removing odors, you can't do it inside of a vehicle. They're permanent. I always tell everybody that. But one thing you can do is you can do a deep cleaning, and then you can get an essential oil and you can smother the old smell with a new smell. And that's basically what I'm going to be doing here. I got some crazy good essential oils. They smell so amazing. They smell better than super high quality perfumes like Chanel, Porsche, Ed Hardy. I got this crazy essential oil. It smells so good. And it's incredibly expensive too. And it's gonna work really good on this vehicle. That essential oil, it's like $2,000 a gallon or something like that. And we're gonna use it on this vehicle here. And it's gonna smell amazing. And it's so powerful, it's so potent. It's going to smother out whatever smells in here. So yeah, it looks great. This owner's gonna be so happy. This vehicle's incredibly clean. Life-changing detail here. This is a life-changing detail. Because this owner, I can tell with some people, they bring me their problems and they feel really bad about their vehicle that they spent a lot of money on. And they're counting on me to make themselves feel better about whatever problem it is with this vehicle. So this person, I think they just bought this vehicle. It's obviously really expensive. It's a newish truck, 2022, 2023, something like that. Dodge Warlock. Spent a lot of money on it, and a possum passed away in here, rotted, and basically has destroyed this vehicle. With the smell, the owner is getting, medical problems, giving them a headache, whether that's physical or just the mental stress of having such a brand new to them expensive purchase not go the way they wanted, causing them medical problems. So we got this expensive detail here to fix that and make them happy in their vehicle again. Okay, yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Seats out detail takes quite a long time, very intense. Cleaned everything to the highest level. Rotten possum smell. No problem.